All right, I'm back. I'm always out of breath when I have to run back from my recording computer. Uh, Welcome to the LLamas Graze with Convergence with Wireshark. I called it the second coming of Wireshark, and excited to have you back on again. It's a little different since last time we talked. I think the first time that the first time that you were on, it was like you were months away from launching still. So I bet you feel like you've lived many lives since then.
Yeah, kind of actually. Yeah, definitely.
Congratulations on making it through, launching a crypto project which is a battle in itself, and
Yep,
getting to you guys have been hitting markers and obviously you've had a lot of success already. Just getting the TVL number is awesome.
yep. Thank you, sir. It has been quite a long journey, I would say, and we're actually quite happy with numbers actually currently and how it's going. So, yep, all good. Appreciate it, sir.
So you've seen a lot of interest and everything is since the airdrop, and you guys are happy with the amount of TVL that you guys have got.
Yeah, I would say so. Obviously, we would like more, obviously, right?
More is better.
Um, yeah, always. But no, the numbers are actually quite satisfying, and the good thing is that the TVL is kind of always increasing in, would say, amounts of tokens, not necessarily in USD. The last weeks, even if with the Ethereum ETF prices have been better, but no, we have like increasing and pretty sticky TVL, which is I believe a good thing, and we hope that the upcoming convex integration will get us some more. So yeah, no, we're on track. That's cool. Everything is working properly, and yeah, we happy of how it's going currently.
All right, that's good news. Hopefully, we Hawthorne and Panda haven't pissed you off yet and voted on something incorrectly, considering you airdropped like a monster amount of CVG to us at the beginning. And we've hopefully been able to help you with the gauge voting and everything that you wanted.
Yeah, no, everything's cool. Everything's cool.
Good. So
No
no,
worries for
we're not gonna be blacklisted. Got it. That's a good sign.
I
So
guess I guess no.
okay,
No worries.
so where are you guys right now? Like on, I'm getting, eventually we're going to talk about the convex integration, right? That's You're on the show today to talk about that. Like that's the biggest news. But leading up to the convex integration, you had your TGE, you launched the protocol, and you started collecting, money. So I mean, where what has led you to the convex integration?
Yep. Um, so basically, I'm not sure actually of the question. Can you reformulate, sir?
What what
How?
what were the major stepping stones that got you to where you are
Mhm.
today, to bolting on a new platform onto Convergence?
Um, so obviously we prepare for that since the beginning. That was the goal to aggregate protocol from the Curve ecosystem. So the convergence name means what it means, right? And no, currently, so we've been how can I say this properly? No, I think we're in a good position right now. We accumulated some CVX via the bond mechanism to properly kickstart the liquid locker with some liquidity for the stable pool. So no, we prepared correctly. We're in a good spot for doing what we want to do, and we hope that convex users will appreciate what we planned for the convex integration, the CVX liquid locker, the staking for CVX token. And I think will provide quite a good solution in terms of financial engineering. So hopefully people will appreciate it and use it. Basically, that's the mindset right now currently regarding the upcoming convex integration within the convergence team.
Great. That's the reason I was kind of like leading you on at the beginning of that question was I was surprised at how fast you were able to roll out the convex integration. Like I I kind of just expected you to just stay where you guys were, kind of static and for a
Yeah.
longer time and then waiting for that next big step. But I'm happy and excited for you and very impressed that you are rolling out this next step so soon because it doesn't feel like it's been that long. But I mean, obviously I can't grasp time properly. I don't even remember how long it's been since since you airdropped the CVG.
I think it's been 120 days pretty much. So yeah,
Okay,
4 months.
yeah, it seems
But yeah,
pretty
no,
fast.
yeah, I think it is. I think it is actually, but like the code base is obviously a bit lighter compared to what we get for StickDAO.
Right.
Because we don't have all the boosting mechanism, etc. I mean, like the V boost mechanism doesn't work this way on Convex, and we reused some code that we had for StickDAO for liquid lockers. But you know, I guess it's fairly fast for a second aggregation. And even if we wouldn't have been like that fast for Convex, we could have not stayed in a static state where we don't add anything to the protocol, because the way the StickDAO integration works allows us to deploy curve pools like pendle pools, urine pools, whatever is already integrated within StickDAO, and even if we're gonna launch the convex integration pretty soon, we also intend to still make the StickDAO product evolve and allow the stacking of LP from other protocol, basically. So probably Yearn, Pendle, Spectra, maybe, which is upcoming. So we really had this idea of not like stay in a static state, even regarding the StickDAO integration that we currently have running now. But yeah, no, I think overall, I think it's 4 months is like quite fast to put a
Yeah.
second integration, but that was the that was the goal actually since the beginning. So
Well, congratulations on hitting that time goal. I mean, it's pretty cool. I mean, it's a brand new, it's a whole nother section of your project that is,
yeah,
it's still under the greater Curve umbrella that we all live under. Well, everybody on this show
yes,
lives
yes.
under. Not all of us. There's like 12 of us, but you know, we all live under the same umbrella. But it feels like it's a big thing. So, you said that you had to acquire the CVX originally to seed the LP, right? And then
Yep.
convert half of that into the ST CVX or SDK
Uh,
CVX.
it's gonna be called CVG-CVX. So half for CVG-CVX and half for CVX1. And the underlying for CVX1 is indeed state CVX. So yeah, we had some civics since quite a while actually, like since the beginning of the protocol actually. And very recently we opened some bonds in CVX to acquire a bit more. By the way, we may open again some bonds in CVX. And so yeah, so we're gonna convert half of it to CVG CVX, the other half to CVX1. And then we're gonna seed the LP with that,
And
starting
then
with like a decent liquidity.
the CVG CVX is
Yep.
tokenized vote locked CVX.
Yes, sir. Yep.
So that's a liquid wrapper for to and the vote lock is 4 weeks, right? 16 weeks.
Um,
16 weeks.
yeah, but the idea is that, I mean, the contract will be upgradable. So if necessary, we could like implement an exit queue, basically. But that's not the goal. CVG CVX is meant to be, I mean, the conversion to CVG CVX is meant to be irreversible. But yeah, the underlying CVX are locked for continuous 16 weeks period,
So
basically.
it's liquid. It's liquefying the 16 week lock.
Yes, sir.
Then the half of the LP, the other half of the LP is staked CVX, which is instantly redeemable or unstakeable.
Yeah.
But
Well,
is CVX one gonna be easier to redeem, or is it also one way?
yeah, no, definitely. This is the idea behind CVX1 is that, well, for CVX you can stake it. You can stake it and unstake it at any time. It's basically redeemable at any time, 1-1 against CVX. And thus, the idea was, okay, like we can afford not to have idle CVX in the LP, right? And with that CVX1 stuff, so CVX1 is just wrapped staked CVX. So users deposit CVX, which is staked as STK CVX, and we issue the user CVX1, which is basically an image of that staked CVX, but it doesn't produce any yield, and the only goal of CVX1 is to be paired against CVG-CVX in the LP. And
Okay.
basically, when you want to, when you want to exit CVG-CVX, so you swap it against CVX1, and CVX1 you can redeem it 1-1 at any time against
Okay.
CVX
Okay.
directly on your contract. So that's the little financial engineering trick. And then the yield that we collect from staked CVX, we give it back to CVG-CVX. So this way, all CVX underlying for CVG-CVX are actually locked, and still the lockers gets some yield from STK-CVX.
Right. So
That was
half the
the
LP is
idea.
not half the LP is throwing off whatever stake
It's
CVX's
predicted.
current yield
Yeah,
is,
yeah,
and you're just funneling that into the CVG CVX's yield
yeah,
as
correct.
a
That's
single
the
yield delivery mechanism.
yep. This way, like 100 CVG-CVX would get the yield of 100 VLCVX. I mean, the VAT incentive for 100 VLCVX. And in addition to that, they will get the portion of the LP, which is in CVX1, as a state CVX yield as a bonus. So that was the whole idea behind this. And I mean, we are allowed this design by Convex, actually, because they have a way to simple stake the token, which is redeemable one at any time against CVX. So that's why CVX won, actually.
That's cool, and that's a cool concept, and it's new. Um, Now the half of the LP that's in vote that's wrapped vote lock CVX, it's going to be getting its yield from bribes.
Yep, yes, sir.
And then on top of that, you'll also have a CVG gauge system that will direct CVG emissions towards this LP.
Yes, so we'll have quite a lot of reward sources. So obviously the first one is VLCVX but incentive. Then we have the CVX1 stuff. Then we'll have CVG from gauge emission, indeed. Then we'll have a portion, 80% start with, of the yield that will be generated by the stable pool that we will own, that will be direct back to CVG CVX. For example, let's say we own 50% of the CVG CVX CVX1 stable pool. 80% of this of the earnings of that pool will be directed back to CVG CVX. And something else, we're going to cut a small fee on CVX C or V staking to further boost the CVG CVX staking as well. So that's 5 sources of reward,
Jesus.
I believe.
It's gonna be a monster. It's like supercharged CVX. I love it. It's
Yeah,
a
we
lot.
made some we made some simulations, um, and well, overall the yield should be hopefully somewhere between 30 and 40 to 50%
That's
for like a
amazing.
decent amount of CVX.
And you don't have to deal with any you don't have to babysit anything. You guys, it all runs in the background and everything just gets all the yield just gets funneled to your tokens.
We'll have some management to do, mostly for the gauge vote at the beginning, because what's going to happen is that during the bootstrapping phase, the meta governance for gauge vote won't be activated right away, right? Because the idea is that we'll vote for the best vote incentive, to basically maximize reward for CVG-CVX takers. But eventually, the idea is that the governance power of the CVX will be delegated and operated to MGCVG. Just like MGCVG vote for stake DAO's gauge weights, MGCVG will eventually vote for curve gauge weights, Frax gauge weight, Prisma gauge weight, and FX gauge weight via the convex integration. Obviously, we'll still collect vote incentives if MGCVG holders vote for bribe pool. But yeah, eventually all the voting power will be operated by MGCVG.
All right. That's I'm excited to see the numbers. I mean, obviously, like that's what I mean. You guys have to run simulations in house, and like, of course, we all want to see like what's going to be the number. Like, is it going to draw a ton of CVX volume or just TVL over to you for simplification purposes for the actual holder? Distribute. It's almost like you are able to spread the risk a little bit. You're going to be getting tokens and yield from a whole bunch of different sources, so you're diversifying your yield stream. There's a lot of pitches to be done for it. I mean, I'm sure you guys already know, obviously, how you're going to sell this thing, but yield will, if you build the yield, they'll come, right?
Yeah. Obviously, I think overall at least the goal is to be the highest APR for a CVX wrapper. And well, we have quite a few options, I would say, for CVX liquid wrappers. But at the end of the day, I believe it's all about the yield and also the convenience, because some people, most of the wrapper we have now are auto compounding, right?
Yep.
And some people like to just collect the rewards and not necessarily auto compound the stuff. So I think it will also answer another need for another kind of users, I would say. And the interesting stuff that we do for the yield is that CVG emission will be distributed as CVG, obviously, and all the rest will be distributed back as CVG-CVX. And what we'll do is that we'll collect all reward, vote incentive, CVX, CRB from STK CVX underlying for CVX 1 extra. And we're going to swap all the reward to CVX. Then we're going to mint CVX 1 with that. And then we're going to swap CVX 1 to CVG-CVX and distribute back CVG-CVX. So the cool stuff about this model is that, first of all, we will defend the peg of CVG-CVX against CVX 1. And we will always mint more CVX 1, which means as we claim reward and distribute them, it will bring for the next reward distribution more reward as we will raise our staked CVX holding. And the good stuff is that it defends the peg, and it allows people then to dump their CVG-CVX reward if they want, without hurting the whole system. And this way they can get out like in stable or whatever, not the compounding. So that's a cool model we have, I think.
Yeah, it's like I mean, the automatic, not automatic, but the constant pressure to hold the peg is just built into the LP or to the system, to your system. And so
it's
like
built into the financial engineering. Yeah, definitely.
you're babysitting the peg just constantly, 24 hours a day. And then also it's growing as more people come. It's obviously the Ponzi pitch, right? As more people come in and add more CVX, you guys are going to mint more CVX1, and then the yield increases. It's cool. It's going to be fun to watch. So, biggest question is, when was there a announcement in the on your Twitter post about that, or did you say coming soon?
Yeah, still coming soon. Although
Okay, good.
very soon, right? But
Yeah.
no, we target like early to mid-June. So the audit has been good. We had some stuff to fix, like very little stuff. So that's done. We're still polishing, finishing the front end, and we also need to test a few stuff. But like overall, well, it's probably going to be mid-June. But yeah, I think we're gonna launch mid-June
Okay.
basically.
And at the same
And
time, you're also there's a couple other products in this launch, right, that are involved in that, and it's a lot of it's Frax related. Is there the
yeah. This is gonna be for later, because for those additioning product, we'll need to see more stable pool. So we'll need a bit more capital, and thus we need a bit more certainty about what pool is going to be the first one. So we're discussing with Frax with that.
okay?
But yeah, overall, the idea later is to make a liquid locker for XLP max locked via Convex. And we'll focus most likely on stable pool on Frax side. I mean, like stablecoin pools or stable ETH pool, to facilitate the old model and mostly the stable pool, because we're gonna make stable pool for LPs, which is something that will be kind of new, and thus we need to have stable pools against stablecoin or ETH to make the things a little bit simpler. This way, we don't have like a liquid locker token paired against an LP within the stable pool, which
Yeah,
could be a bit confusing for people, and like be a bit too much probably.
yeah. It can be confusing. It also could be catastrophic.
Yeah, yeah. Definitely. So that's why we'll focus on stable pool and ETH pool, and yeah, but it's gonna be a bit later. It's gonna be a bit later. But yeah, overall on the paper, the model is quite the same. We can redo that little CVX1 trick, because let's say, for example, we make like, just like the example that is used in the medium. Like if we tokenize the CRV-USD Frax LP, max locked on Convex, on Convex of Frax, we can imagine that a Frax1 token, for example, which will be used to pair the liquid locker against, and the Frax1 token would be, the underlying would be CRV-USD Frax LP, but this time staked on Convex curve. And by socializing the entry and the exit within the pool, we can have something pretty cheap in gas. And this way, we can, just like we wouldn't have like idle CVX in the LP, we couldn't have like we could have note idle LP in the LP. So it gets
Right.
a little bit tricky and stuff, but like we can redo this financial engineering kind of in a different way, obviously, but like possible. But yeah, no red at the beginning. But when we'll plug those liquid locker LPs, we'll take some fees on that, because we will be boosting, obviously, and the fee will also feed CVG CVX. So that will be an additional source of yield for CVG CVX.
I also just okay. So the convex launch is the next thing that's on tap. It's all hands on deck working on that. But I was just scrolling through the Twitter feed, and I forgot about the FXN thing that you guys added. What, a few weeks ago was that when you added the FXN token?
Not quite sure actually. I think
Or
we got it since the beginning. Yeah,
oh,
since the very
it's the
beginning.
stake
Actually.
DAO FXN. Okay, is that what it is? Is it the stake DAO wrapper
Yeah.
for FXN? Okay. So how is it?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
That's your only Aladdin project, I think. I'm trying to like remember what the hell I'm going through here, but how have you noticed the voting for the convergence voting? Like, has it been swinging from, one LP to the next? Has there been, like under the table type deals for people trying to pump up specific pools? Is it all working
Yeah,
how
so
you guys engineered it to work?
you're talking about like voting for the ECVG on Convergence, right?
Yes, like using what we do when we vote for
Yeah.
you guys every epoch.
Yeah. Okay. Um, well, we get rotations, obviously, from voting power from some pool to another. But overall, people are playing the gauge weight as they should, and it going like I want, like yes, obviously. I mean, like as long as people are voting for what they want, and as long as they playing the proper gauge weight, the game goes good for me. And I mean, obviously, sometimes we would like to see a bit more votes here and here, but we try not to influence it too much. Obviously, for the convex integration, we hope that we'll have a lot of vote for CVX and CVX CRV staking contract, but like overall, people need to play the Gauge games.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's
For
fair and healthy when it's done like organically, would say.
to direct the emissions of the CVG token itself, you would think that
Mhm.
there would be some large players from the convex world that would come into the project after you start it in June, deposit a big amount of convex, and then buy some CVG to be able to go vote for that LP specifically. You know that you would if it becomes as successful and as high yielding as it looks like it's going to, it should definitely help the CVG token as well.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, that would be like a magnificent world where like civics will come in CVG civics and then they play the god weight. And actually, we planned something to help them a little bit. So it's going to be called the CVX Rush. And so we're still, once again, like polishing the numbers and deciding everything. But basically, for each CVG CVX that you will mint, you will be able to claim X, a defined amount of CVG token max locked for governance.
Oh, nice.
So we're gonna incentivize.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
we're gonna
it's like
incentivize conducting
when
projects.
you bridge to another. It reminds me of like if you bridge to a chain, like back in the last cycle, and they would airdrop you some gas when you first got when you from
Yeah,
doing a
yeah,
bridge. Here
yeah,
you're going to be
yeah,
like, come
yeah,
to
yeah.
us, deposit your convex, and we're going to airdrop you some permalocked CVG to be able to go vote for your gauge with it. I love it.
Yeah, that's the idea. That's exactly the idea. And although it will be like optional, yeah, optional. Like users will choose if they participate to the civics rush or not. I mean, the concern was that okay, it's gonna cost a little gas. It's gonna cost some gas, right? So
Right.
people should have the choice if whether they participate within the civics rush or not. But yeah, that's gonna be the idea, and then we're gonna have the amount of CVG that you will be able to claim as locked CVG will depend on like how can I say it properly? Um, will depends on the amount of CVG CVX that has been minted prior to your deposit, basically. We'll have like different steps depending on how much CVG CVX has been minted. So the sooner you mint CVG CVX, the more CVG you're gonna have. Basically, that's the idea.
For the first for the first epoch or whatever, like the first 2 weeks, you
Yeah.
guys are going to seed the LP both sides and then immediately start the peg
Yes.
keeping procedure.
Yep.
The automatic peg keeping
Yep.
will ensue. And then I'm assuming that you
Yeah.
guys
Yeah.
are going to vote for the first gauge that the LP has with some of your treasury CVG or some of
Yeah.
our llama treasury CVG. Okay, fine. I'm gonna vote for the CVX pool. So there's a little alpha there for anybody. We'll just throwing around a massive amount of CVG. Um,
Yeah. Nice. We're getting some vote already.
yeah,
Cool.
yeah, good. So I mean, we're definitely gonna try this out with some llama CVX, and we always
Mhm.
support all the partners and try their products and give everybody a shot. And it's exciting I mean, obviously, when you're the highest yielding offering everybody's gonna be coming to you guys anyway. Um, thank you for all
Well,
the
we'll
in
see
depth.
actually because like yeah, what we saw with AF CVX currently. So they grabbed like a massive amount of CVX, but still UCVX from Union was at like all-time high just after the AF CVX launch. So people doesn't always go for the highest yield. I guess there is some like it depends on confidence and like how you maybe attach to the product, which I mean to the team and project that issue a certain product. But yeah, overall, we're gonna try to offer the highest yield possible, definitely.
The and also you guys have approved launch. I mean, you already have, whatever 7, 8 gauges or whatever these are I'm looking at right now. You guys are
Currently, probably 30 something actually.
okay. I was just looking at the future gauge distributions website, not display all 34. I'm sorry. So so
Yeah,
you guys
yeah.
have a
Not all of them
proven
have voting power, but like yeah.
track record of delivering value to the holders. So I'm sure that would you already are using that name to. It's not a brand new project that you're going to go deposit some CVX with. You guys are a known entity. Um, so thank you for going into all the details about that and like into the weeds on the CVX thing. A lot of the people that are going to listen to the recording of this are well versed in your world and obviously the curve and convex world. So it's not going to go over their heads. Anything else that you wanted to drop or mention? Are you guys excited about anything else coming down the pike? Any of your team at Consensus? Any? Are you looking are you hiring anybody? Anything that you could use our platform for to be able to help you?
Yeah. So no, we're not hiring currently. Hopefully post the convex integration to work on the on tangent and on next integration, obviously. But I just wanted to once again thank you guys for hosting me. It's always a pleasure. Sorry if sometime I wasn't clear enough. It's very early in the morning in here.
I
So
scheduled this call at 10 o'clock my time, 10 p.m. and 7 in the morning Wireshark's time.
yeah,
Can
yeah,
you
yeah.
can you drop a Discord invite link in the Grace chat on the right hand side? This is how I
Yeah,
keep track
Discord
of all this
inviting
stuff.
to Convergence?
Yeah, an invite for the Convergence
Yeah, yeah.
Discord, and then I'll have the
Let's let
recording
me
up
get
for
in.
you tomorrow, and I'll spam it in your server. Probably
Yep,
get timed out for for posting links. Sometimes I'll get banned
yep.
for posting links. So anyway, thank you, Wireshark. I appreciate
Let me
it, and
try.
I got
Okay,
it.
perfect.
Awesome. Thanks for coming on
Nice.
for the second go round. Not many people make it to a second graze, so we
Yeah, I mean,
appreciate it.
like, it's super early, so
Yeah.
all right,
All
many
right.
thanks, sir.
Go
Much
have your
appreciated as
coffee.
always. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, I
Have a
will.
good one.
Definitely.
Good morning.
All right. Good morning, sir. Have a good day. Take care. See ya. Many thanks, sir.